Today, we're going to break down a company that's trying to solve one of the biggest headaches in real estate with a really simple idea. They think they can completely change how we handle property maintenance and remodeling. So let's see what they're all about. All right, if you own any kind of property, this question probably hits really close to home, right? Do you ever feel less like an owner and more like a full-time project manager, just juggling phone numbers and chasing down quotes for even a simple repair? It's a feeling a lot of us know. And you know exactly what that frustration feels like. It's those sudden, out-of-nowhere repairs that just wreck your budget. It's the endless search for someone reliable, someone who actually shows up and does good work. And juggling different teams for plumbing and electrical and painting, it is exhausting. And the lack of clear communication can turn a small job into an absolute nightmare. So what's the fix for all this chaos? Well, a company called A10 Axes Remodeling Group thinks they've got the answer. It all comes down to their core philosophy, which is built on 3 simple principles designed to tackle these exact problems head-on. First up is their big one. We do it all. And the idea is, it's simple, but it's really powerful. Doesn't matter if you own a home, an office, or a shop, they handle everything. This totally gets rid of the need for you to be your own general contractor. One call, one team, for any job, no matter how big or small. Next, we've got principle number 2, no runaround. And this one's all about cutting through the nonsense. Instead of getting stuck in some confusing call center or being passed from one person to the next, you work directly with their expert team. That means you get clear, honest guidance from the people who actually know what's going on. And finally, here's the one that really ties it all together: done right. This is their promise of quality. We're talking durable work, clean finishes, and absolutely positively no shortcuts. It's how they build trust, by being dependable and delivering high-quality work every single time. Okay, so that's the philosophy, but how do they actually do it? How do they make it real? Well, they've packaged it all into their core innovation, which is something that really tries to simplify property ownership: a subscription model. So what exactly is a property care subscription? The best way to think about it is like a total service plan for your biggest asset. It's designed to shift how you care for your property from being reactive, fixing things when they break, to being proactive. It's about handling upkeep and preventative maintenance all year round, and you get priority service built right in. And look, this isn't some one-size-fits-all deal. They've actually tailored their plans for who you are, with different tiers for homeowners, for commercial properties, and even for real estate investors who are managing a whole portfolio of properties. So let's break down what's actually in the box here. What do you get for your subscription? Well, you get routine service visits and preventative maintenance to catch little problems before they become big ones. You also get exclusive discounts at any larger services you might need. Depending on your plan, you even get a dedicated coordinator or manager, a single person to talk to. And maybe the most important part, priority emergency response. Now, this part, this is a big one. This is where the real value just, pow, kicks in. When something critical goes wrong, a pipe bursts in the middle of winter, or your HVAC system dies during a heat wave, subscribers jump to the front of the line. A team can get out there super quickly, which, let's be honest, is incredible peace of mind. And look, that's not just some empty marketing promise. You can see it in what their customers say. Take this review from Mike R., who said, "When our HVAC went down, they had a team here the same day. That is that priority service in action. It turns what could be a disaster into just a manageable problem." Okay, so the subscriptions got you covered for the day-to-day stuff and those scary emergencies. But what about the big things, like a full-on kitchen remodel? That gets us into the really practical side of things: financing and, of course, guarantees. Well, a huge hurdle for any big project is obviously the cost. So to get around that, they've partnered with a company called Enhancify to offer financing options all the way up to $200,000. This shows they're not just set up for small fixes. They can handle major, large-scale renovations. And, sticking with that whole no runaround idea, they've made the application process super simple. We're talking 60 seconds. That's it. This is a big deal because it removes that intimidating financial paperwork that can stop a big project before it even gets off the ground. The terms are pretty competitive, too. Rates can start as low as 7.99% if you qualify, which helps make those big projects a lot more accessible. But, getting the money is only half the battle, right? You also need to trust that the work is actually going to be good.
And to give you that peace of mind, they back up their work with two really clear guarantees. First, you get a 1-year warranty on their actual workmanship. And second, you're also covered by the manufacturer's warranty on all the materials they use. Pretty straightforward.
All right, so who is this model actually built for? And more importantly, where can you even get this service? Let's take a look. You can see their client base is pretty diverse. They're helping out individual homeowners who are just tired of the stress, commercial properties that need maintenance they can count on, and of course, real estate investors who are trying to manage their portfolios efficiently. And it seems like this model really clicks for investors. Just listen to what Chris Al had to say. Managing multiple properties was stressful, but with the investor subscription, everything is streamlined. Having that dedicated manager and a quick response team, that just makes a world of difference. So where can you find them? Right now, A10 Axes is operating in 5 states: Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, and Delaware. So if you're in one of those areas and this sounds interesting, whether you're thinking about a subscription or just have a project in mind, here's the number to call for a free quote. And all of this really brings us to the big final question here. When you bundle proactive care, priority service, and all-in-one project management, you're not just fixing problems, you're changing the entire experience of owning property. So is this it? Is a single subscription the future of truly stress-free property care?